All right, so in this video, I want to give a little bit of a case study on knowing your numbers and how knowing your numbers can really be helpful in running your appliance repair service business and making data-backed decisions. So some of you may have read my email series on knowing your numbers. I'll put a link to that for if you want to review it or if you have not gone through. It's a series of about 4 or 5 newsletter articles where I give examples of how the pieces that need to come in place to be able to know your numbers and give you some actionable tips to help you start to put that together for your business. So this all kind of started with EJ shared in Facebook a video and some screenshots, and I'll put a link directly to the video. Full disclaimer, EJ is a client of ours. EJ pays for our service, but he's very transparent for those that do know or interact with him online. He's very transparent, so are we over here at App Digital. So let's go ahead and give you this example of an example of knowing your numbers. You can see that EJ is tracking, this is for the month of October 2021, tracking both the source of his jobs, the lead source of his jobs, the number of jobs, the gross revenue per job, per lead source, and then the average revenue per call. And then over here on the right, there's a breakdown of the specifics on refrigerators. And this is company-wide. So let me give you an example of, first and foremost, it's the idea here is we're trying to look at what do you put in and then what do you get out for what you are putting in. So let me go ahead and give you some examples. We have the furniture stores and Lowe's. These are all local marketing approaches. So what has he put in to building and nurturing those relationships? How much time has he put into talking to the folks at Lowe's, the furniture stores? What is his time worth? How much money has he put into the business cards that he's handed out, etc.? He's running some Facebook marketing and advertising on his own. How much money is he spending on the Facebook ads, and how much of his time is he putting into starting up and managing that effort, and what is his time worth? App Digital, us, how much is he paying us for our management fee, and then how much is he putting into his advertising budget to Google, and we will get into that in just a second. And then making that comparison of total gross, average per call, and then if you even want to get as deep as he has, and we're going to show in this video, by appliance. Okay, so feel free to pause the video, take a look at some of these numbers. I'll come back and I'll draw some connections, but we're going to pay attention to this, right where I'm mousing over. The source from us, this is through Google Ads, the gross revenue, and average revenue per call. So this is his this is a snapshot of his Google Ads account for that same month of October. And you can see that he spent $920 in advertising, and the average cost per conversion is $15. So we'll come back, that total cost versus the gross amount, that $15 cost per lead versus that average revenue per call. Now keep in mind that you need to factor in your close rate. What percentage of the leads do you actually turn into calls? And again, this is where my earlier email newsletter series on knowing your numbers helps you think about and better understand how to calculate your close rate. So let's go ahead and take a look at the same type of what goes in versus what comes out perspective, but let's do that for appliance types. Now this, you might notice that the numbers don't add up. This is because this is just for EJ. EJ has himself and another tech on the road, so just for EJ. So don't take these numbers as sort of like a formula at this point, because we are missing that other piece, which is the other text numbers. But still, just to kind of give you an example of how to look at your numbers and analyze these things in an intelligent way, I think the point will be put across. So let's go ahead and look at refrigerators. We can see that in the month of October, EJ's gross revenue off of refrigerator calls was about 11,000, and the average revenue per call was about 450. So then we'll come over here and we'll take a look at, again, same time frame. This is the focused keywords and ads on just refrigerators. So we have $240 cost, average cost per conversion or cost per lead of $22. So you can see how with a focused approach, you can really identify the types of work, the type of work that's valuable to your business, and put effort into sort of bringing more opportunities to sort of capitalize on those higher value areas to focus on in your business. Let's go ahead and do the same thing for dryers. This is a smaller number, smaller gross number, 2,500 at 250 average per call. And then you can see that there's 150 cost with $11 or $10.5 cost per lead. Now keep in mind that we have the appliance repair focused ad group. The majority of refrigerator calls, oven, stove, dryer, the majority of calls or leads, they're going to be coming from people that are searching for appliance repair near me. So that needs to be factored in. But still, taking that into consideration, you can very much understand that this is a healthy marketing campaign and advertising campaign that is definitely bringing in more of the types of jobs that EJ has identified as being valuable to his business.